I was 23 and working as a night shift nurse at St. Augustine Hospital, a small but old building in upstate New York. Most nights were quiet, a few checkups here and there, occasional emergencies, but one night in October 2018 changed everything I thought I knew about that place. It started around 2:30 a.m. I was making my rounds when I noticed that room 6, usually empty on the 3rd floor, had its door slightly ajar. The light inside was flickering. Strange, because I remembered checking it an hour earlier and it had been locked and completely empty. I knocked softly, calling out, "Hello? Anyone here?" No answer. I pushed the door open and stepped inside. The room was empty. Nothing out of the ordinary. Hospital bed, monitors, a chair by the window. But the chair was facing the corner of the room, away from the bed toward the wall, and the monitor screen, which should have been off, was on, displaying a flat line. My stomach twisted. Flat lines meant death. Yet no patient was assigned to room 6 that night. I backed out and shut the door. When I turned around, I saw it. A figure standing at the end of the hall. Tall, thin, hunched slightly, wearing what looked like a hospital gown, but its face was hidden in shadow. I called out again. No movement, no response. Then suddenly the figure vanished. I tried to convince myself it was fatigue, stress, maybe the hospital shadows playing tricks. But things got worse. Around 3 a.m., I heard the faintest sound, soft, deliberate footsteps. On the linoleum, moving up the hall toward room 6, I grabbed my flashlight and radio and cautiously approached. The door was now wide open again. Inside, the bed was neatly made, nothing on it, but the chair was now turned toward the bed, and there were handprints on the window glass, small, wet, and smudged. I remember thinking, that window hadn't been touched all day. I wiped the prints with my sleeve, and as I did, I felt a cold breath on my neck, like someone was standing right behind me. I spun around. Nothing. Just the hall, dimly lit. I radioed the front desk. "Can you check room 6? Someone may have left equipment on." The response was chilling. "Room 6? That room's been empty for months. No one's been in there since the renovation last summer." Shaking, I stayed on that floor for the rest of my shift, checking every corner. Around 5 a.m., the janitor arrived to start cleaning. I asked him about room 6. He froze. "You went in there?" he said quietly. "You shouldn't. The last nurse who stayed late in that room, she quit the next day, said she couldn't sleep after hearing someone whisper her name from the corner of the room." I left my shift early. I didn't tell anyone else what happened, but months later, a coworker told me a rumor. Several patients who died in room 6, back before the renovation, claimed they weren't alone in their final moments. They said someone, or something, watched them, standing silently, never speaking, just waiting. To this day, I avoid that floor whenever I can, and sometimes, late at night, when I pass the hospital on my way home, I swear I see the faint flicker of a light in room 6, and a shadow at the window, watching.